No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 360. Mets 11:49 a.m. Dixie 8:49 p.m. Joey, Big B transmitted to his young friend in Metz. Is this a good time for us to update Pila? It is, yes, Joey said aloud. We have remained in Pila's backyard, chatting while waiting for you to provide an update. Shall we jump right in? Pila knows I have been in rapport with you. That would be lovely, Balloony telepath. May I begin? You may, she replied with a smile. Allow me to state what is no that obvious to Pila. Balloony is going to speak through me, she said, looking at Pila Tray. So I assume, Pila said, beaming a smile her way. Thank you again, Joey. I am happy to accommodate, she said, reaching for Pila's hand, squeezing it momentarily, then adding, at your service, Balloony. Good morning again, my friends, Big B said through Joey. As you no doubt gathered, I have shared a confusing but overall positive update with my Australian allies. The decidedly positive aspect is that the Australians have been observing both the charter boat Rarere and the cargo ship Lady Penryn from the air and have a naval destroyer on an intercept course for the Penryn upon which Brent Brentzy is currently steaming towards Toronto. The confusing part is that the G.A. Robinson, one of the observation helicopters, hovered directly over both ships during the exchange of Brent from the Rarere to the Penryn and Billy Seaver from the Penryn to the Rarere, alerting everyone that they were being observed. I've engaged in some observation-only spying on personnel from all three vessels, but, as you know, that's like being a fly on the wall. I can hear and see whatever my observer hears and sees, but I am not privy to my observer's thoughts. I'd assumed that the Australian authorities would merely document the personal exchange from an altitude where they could film everything clearly but would be beyond the range of human vision or hearing. But that's not what occurred. The airmen aboard the Robinson were nonplussed by the obvious sighting of the helicopter, so I conjecture that they wanted to be observed. As I implied, I am loath to engage in deeper link with anyone involved for fear of making my continued existence known. After the ships resumed steaming towards their respective destinations, the helicopter likewise flew away. I'm extremely tempted to establish a deeper telepathic link with the helicopter commander, but I'm going to continue observing both directly and through observation-only telepathic links rather than risk discovery. Does that all make sense, Pila? And what questions do you have? Balloony asked Sujoe. Yes, Balloony, yes it does, Pila Tray said aloud. Insofar as updating me is concerned, you said that you are close at hand. I did, Big B said through Joey. And for a moment there, I thought my physical presence might be needed. But fortunately, that turned out to be a false alarm. Tell him, Joey said aloud. Tell him what you feared would happen. I don't think we need to go into... You tell him or I will, Joey said. I'm sorry, I find this dialogue confusing, Pila Tray said. What are you talking about? Oh, Balloony said dismissively, one of the Penryn's men wanted to throw Brentzy overboard, but the captain absolutely forbade it. Crisis averted. Finish or I will, Joey said in a sing-song voice. Balloony cleared Ziz Joey's voice and said, I mentioned that had the captain not forbade the rogue from throwing Brentzy overboard, I would have saved him and thus confirmed my continued existence. That's all. I'd rather not talk about this, he added. I see. Pilatry said, his voice cracking with emotion. Then we will not, my noble friend. Well then, Balloony continued through Joey, I'm going to see what I can learn concerning all three Brentzys. I'll check in later. Thank you, Pilatry said. Thank you for everything you do. You're welcome, Balloony whispered, then added, and thank you, both of you, before breaking his telepathic bond with Joey and reconnecting an observation-only link with John Fleming aboard the Rarere.